Hello, Anthony. This is Alyssa with the Patriot Marketing. I had reached out to you earlier today and gotten a hold of you. And I promised this free custom video. Anyways, here it is. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I just really wanted to provide some value to you and provide some tips and tricks on how to really maximize your business and traffic online. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I wanted to point out a couple of things that I liked about your website. There's a picture here that kind of shows some of the work that you do. That's always great to have so people know what they would possibly be getting. And also here with those pictures again. Something I noticed on here is there's not a click to call button. Those click to calls would be really helpful. You just have your phone number here and people click it and then they are calling you. Those really help in converting people over as a client, as when someone is already taking the time out of their day to call you, they are more likely to convert over as a client. And something else I noticed was there wasn't a whole lot of content. And content is anything I can highlight, whether it be text or images. In this case, I'd be talking about the text, as there's not a whole lot of it. You have some great photos here. And the reason why you want a lot of content is so you can rate for a lot of different keywords. Keywords like epoxy flooring Los Angeles epoxy flooring. All of these have their individual search volumes per month, and all of them for your field of work and area that you are in add up to about 2,000 per month. That's a lot of volume to be had that you're not getting because you don't have that content with these keywords in there. And when people search for using these keywords, you don't come up under their search. And so people aren't able to find you that way. And it's really important to put yourself in a position to be found. And how you would do that would be by having a website with a lot of content containing the keywords you want and need to be found for. I would even go as far as saving these images as some of those keywords and then re-uploading them to your website. So then those images start to count as content towards your website. It's a really sneaky way to insert a keyword into your website without actually putting it into the text. And the reason why content and keywords are super crucial for a website is because when Google crawls your website, they not only see that you have that content, but you also have the keyword verbatim within it. And it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently. And the whole reason is because Google believes that the more content and keywords that you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And so at the end of the day, their whole goal is that whoever's searching on their platform gets the information that they are looking for. So if somebody was looking for epoxy flooring Los Angeles, they're going to rank people that they deem to be more of an expert in their field, also known as has more content on their website. And unfortunately, some of them don't do as good of work as the ones who have less content on their website. And that's just how Google works. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. And long story short, the more content you have on your website, the more likely you are to be found because Google wants the people searching on their platform to get the information that they need. So that concludes my first tip for you. We're going to go over content and keywords a little bit later, but my second tip for you would be to build upon this Google business profile. It would really maximize the amount of traffic and business you would be getting from that. And what I mean by that is when people search for any given keyword, there's a lot of ways in which they can convert over as a client. So, I'm going to go over here, not your field of work, but I do want you to see what these first few things look like as they're not contained on this tab here. You have the local ads here. They capture the people who click on the very first thing that they see. They're at the very top. They're also Google guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount. So if something happens or something goes wrong, the people using the local ads trust that Google will make it right monetarily. And also, as you can see, when I'm hovering my mouse over these local ads, you have this company phone number here. And as I was talking about with the click to call, same thing here. When somebody's clicking on that and already taking time out of their day to call you, they're more likely to convert over as a client. So these have a high conversion rate because of that. The Google ads themselves, which are typically located under the local ads, but they're not here, unfortunately, they don't have as high of a conversion rate, but because of their position, they put you in a place to be seen by a lot of different people. as they are right underneath the local ads. Also, they're a lot cheaper. I'm going to go back over here because everything else Google-wise is covered here. You have the Google Map Pack here. People who search this way, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. Also, the people listed in the Google Map Pack, they can pull up to 40% of the traffic. It's almost guaranteed to them. So if we take a look at a keyword with a search volume of 250, 40% of that is 100, so you're looking at 100 going straight to your competitors here, just gobbled up by the Google Map Pack. But the rest of the 60% trickles down through here on this page of Google. The concept for this, ranking organically, that's where this comes in. You know, the higher you're ranking in Google, the more traffic and business you're going to be getting to your website. So these people up here are doing way better than the ones down here, and people rarely go to that second page of Google. So it's really important that you're ranking high enough to be on that first page of Google so that you're getting that business and that traffic to your website. And that leads me to my third and final tip for you. When it comes to ranking organically, you know, you do need to build up the strength of your website. And I have you plugged into this tool called Ahrefs that shows me where you're at in your online presence. You have no backlinks, no referring domains. You're at a 0 here, no organic keywords, no organic traffic. You're not getting anything for your website basically at this point. But if we take a look at your your competitors, and I found these guys, they're right here, ranking number 2 in Google. This is their website. Not a whole lot of content, but they also have that service form here, a click to call button here. What I really wanted you to see though is where they're at. So backlinks and referring domains. In order to build the strength of your website, you do need to add backlinks. Backlinks are not all created equal. Here, we're on the last page. Here I have it listed from highest quality backlinks to poorest quality. These are poor quality backlinks right here. These are all at a 0. This isn't doing much for them. And so if I were doing this video for them, and normally, I would be doing this on your website here. However, you don't have any, so I just wanted to show it on here. But I would suggest that they got rid of those and replace them with higher quality backlinks, as it is quality versus quantity for backlinks. Their highest quality one is a 36, so they're definitely within reach. I would suggest if you were to do backlinks, in order to beat them out, you would have to add a whole bunch of those backlinks, averaging out to maybe the teens, because that seems to be where they're averaging out to, maybe having higher than 36. But referring domains. So referring domain, the best way to describe what that is, say you provided some services for someone and they decided to blog about those services you provided them, and there's a link from that blog to your website. That would count as a referring domain. Some of those can have more power than others. They can have, as you can see, the higher the number, the more power it is, and the more trusted by Google it is. So they have a lot of zeros here that aren't doing anything for them, as said before. They have 6 pages full of referring domains. You could definitely add a lot of referring domains and just get a lot more power than they do, as they do have a lot of zeros. And because the more power you have, the higher these numbers are going to be. And generally, with epoxy flooring and contractors in general, we want to see them in the 20s, 30s, 40s range, and at a 1-to-1 ratio with DR and UR. They're not at a 1-to-1 ratio. They're in the 30s range, though, with UR. But again, not at a 1-to-1 ratio. So, but it's still enough to put them in that number 1 spot. If we had you add more backlinks and referring domains that were equal to the quality or better, then you could easily beat them out. They are ranking for 398 keywords. You don't have much content on your website, but if you added a bunch of content and had a bunch of keywords, you could definitely get some traffic to your website. But I also want to show you what kind of organic keywords that they're ranking for. So they have a lot of national keywords. national keywords are fine and all. I mean, these are service keywords, which is what you want to rank for. You don't want to rank necessarily for just your name, as people are going to be searching for the services that you offer and not your name. They don't know your company's name. They know the service that you provide though. So you want to have more of the service keywords in there, like epoxy floors, Los Angeles. And you also want it to be narrowed down to your area. This one, epoxy gray floor, is a national keyword. If somebody search that and they're from San Francisco, they're going to pass through your website, yes, and that would count as traffic, but they're not going to convert over as a client. So they're irrelevant traffic, because they're not going to choose somebody who's not in their area. So it's really important that when you're choosing your keywords, that you choose them that narrows your audience down to the service that you offer and the area that you are in. So there's a lot of different things in which you can do to bump yourself up without those backlinks, without those referring domains, and without that content and organic keywords. You're really limiting yourself as to how much traffic and business you're getting to your website. I hope this has been helpful and informative. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to reach out to my husband or I. We would love to get in touch with you in whatever time fits best for you, and help you out in any way that we can. And so with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and God bless.